I was really eager to learn and improve my job and strategy. I have certain things in mind, but I want to have the best strategy so that I'm able to get the best results. So
Yeah.
could you help me with some tips and tricks for the same?
Sure. So Siddharth, whether you are a college student or an entry-level professional, so the whole landing green job can be a bit challenging, but with a proper plan and strategy, you can easily find your way in the market, right? So I'll just quickly go through some tips and tricks that I generally tell candidates to help them stand out in the market. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Perfect. So let's start with a very basic and important question. That is, how many companies a candidate should apply daily, right? So it is very important to basically strike a balance between the quality and the quantity of companies you are applying generally. So instead of obsessing over the number of companies you are applying, you should basically focus on identifying the right companies that align with your career goals, right? Because a targeted approach will always help you yield better results. Okay. So I generally advise to apply to at least 15 to 20 companies daily, but if you're applying to 15, 20 companies, you should try to give each application the attention it deserves. So when I'm saying the attention it deserves, that means you should be doing the right research about the company. You should be personalizing your CV and cover letter. What else? You can send a thank you letter after the after the interview is done, or maybe do regular follow-ups, etc. So these are very small things, but will help you a lot in getting the recruiter's attention. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So, Pranav, but what I want to know is that how do I find, what the best suited companies are for my career aspirations? So, like to know which would suit me the best and which would be the best connection for both parties.
So Siddharth, what needs to do is generally always start by researching the industries and sectors that interest you, right? If you want to be a digital marketing, you should always do some research about the industry and which ones are the top companies, etc., right? And so also look for companies that value your skills and offers the right growth opportunity. Okay, so there are a lot of online platforms like LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Indeed, etc. You can leverage these platforms to search for the most suitable job openings, and also ensure to check the previous employee reviews, right? Because whenever you're applying for a job, always pay attention to the company culture, values, and the mission statements to ensure that they align with yours. Okay, so these reviews will basically give you an inside picture of these companies, what exactly is happening, what is the culture out there. So always check these reviews and stuff that you have on this platform.
Pranav, how do I ensure that my applications stand out from the competition? Because like that every company for every job role receives like hundreds and sometimes even thousands of applications.
Right.
So making yourself stand out, because recruiters don't really look at CVs that much. So making yourself stand out is a very difficult task. So what you can do to really stand out and stand out from the competition.
Right. So Siddharth, what happens is typically a recruiter manager receives like hundreds and thousands of CVs, right? If it's an MNC or a good company, they receive a lot of CVs. So it's manually not possible to screen through each CV and all. So most of them, take the help of ATS. But the best thing that you can do as a candidate is to stand out in the clutter, right? You have to take some steps that will help you stand out in the competition that is out there. So first thing that you can do is you can always tailor your application materials to each position that you're applying for, right? So address the specific requirements mentioned in the job description. As I told you before, you should thoroughly read the job description, personalize the CV accordingly. Another thing that you should do is research the company and include key points that resonate with their values, right? When you are in an interview, when a recruiter manager is asking you, what do you know about this company? Giving generic information is fine, but also do some more research, right? Some in-depth research about what is being spoken about them in news, or what is the CEO posting on LinkedIn. So such in-depth knowledge, some in-depth information that not all candidates give to the recruiters will help you stand out in the interview. That's another thing. So do your very, very detailed research. It won't take much time also, right? You can scrap through LinkedIn. You can just search on Google that how this company is, what is being portrayed about this company on news, etc. Right? So you'll come across a lot.
Right.
Third, as I told you, proofread everything properly. And if possible, consider, having someone else review your application, someone senior or mentor, or someone who can review the whole application and give you some additional feedback, right? Lastly, when sending a CV, always send it along with a great cover letter. So I have seen that many candidates don't, utilize the benefit of sending a cover letter basically. So what happens is a cover letter will help you showcase your enthusiasm and make a personal connection with the hiring manager. So this is another thing that will help you stand out, because a sending cover letter is not something that all candidates generally do. So if someone is doing it, it will really help you stand out. Also, if you are writing a very compelling content on the cover letter, nothing, better than that. So yes, these are a few steps that you should do to stand out in the market.
So I think I definitely feel much more confident about my job search strategy, and I'm definitely going to use all of these tips, to optimize my job search and to make sure that have much more of an impact when I go out there looking for a role.
Perfect. So yeah, so Siddharth, so remember, finding the right entry level position takes some time and effort, but staying persistent and maintaining a positive mindset is very important, right? Also continue developing your skills and work on the stuff that I just told you about, and so you'll be good to go. Yeah. So yeah, all the best, Siddharth.
Thanks a lot, Pranav. Thanks for taking out the time.